Okay, in this video I'm going to go over the three important parts of the edge node: the edge cache, the edge compute, and the Tfuel staking. So stay tuned. In this video we're going to talk about the edge node and each part of the edge node and what is important for that part. For example, the edge caching part that relays video, what is important for that part is your bandwidth, the speed of your internet, the capacity of your internet. The next part we're going to talk about is the edge compute. What is important for the edge compute because of what it does is your CPU speed, the number of cores that you have, things of that nature, because the bandwidth is just where it assigns the job to you, but the edge compute part of it is using your computer to do research, calculations, and that sort of thing. So the important part there is the power of the CPU and GPU. What is the difference between a CPU and a GPU? Well, the CPU is the central processing unit. All computers have a CPU. The GPU stands for graphic processing unit, and most run-of-the-mill computers just have a basic graphics card, nothing special about it, but gaming computers typically will have a high-end graphics card with its own CPU on it, so to speak. But it's called a GPU because it's specifically for high intensity graphics processing. So if you have a GPU, you can set your computer to use that, which will give you better processing speed than the CPU will. But typically most computers that you buy off the shelf, unless they're specifically for gaming purposes, will not have a specialized GPU on board that you can tap into. Now you can go out and you can spend a couple of $100 and get a high-end graphics card for your computer and then tap into using the GPU that way. Now let's talk about the Tfuel staking side of the edge node. What is important to this side is specifically that your edge node must be up and running and the caching feature must be enabled. For staking purposes, the speed of your computer is really not important, and the bandwidth is not important as far as I know. What's important is simply how much Tfuel you have staked under this section. So even a low-end computer, as long as you've got an internet connection, you can stake and earn Tfuel from having staked your Tfuel. So to sum it up, to maximize the earnings of the edge caching feature, you want the highest speed internet that you can get with the most capacity that you can get. To maximize your Tfuel earnings from the edge compute, you want to have the best processing power that you can get, and typically that would be making use of a good graphics card GPU. But even without a GPU, if you've got a good CPU with a lot of cores to it, that will work as well. And then for the Tfuel staking side, really the only important thing is that the caching must be enabled with an internet connection so that you can earn Tfuel staking rewards. You can't simply stake and then turn your computer off. It has to be up and running if you want to earn from staking. So that's it in a nutshell, and hopefully this was helpful to you. And if it was, hit that like button on the way out, and I'll see you in the next video.